Thought crimes. Thought crimes.
Sensational.
Thought crimes.
Everyone, this is your girl Sincere. Welcome to Thought Crimes, and I'm here with.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. This is your man P Solo in the building.
I ain't never been the same thing. What you want, bitches on my dick, babe? We're gonna be talking about Tommy Richmond, Aries and Jimmy Iovine taking over the takeover of COMLEX. But before we get started, we gotta hit y'all with the warning.
Warning. The Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful. Snowflakes should not view this content under any circumstances, even if supervised by a G.I. Joe, Navy SEALs, Army vet, or someone with good common sense. The views and opinions expressed, including the depictions of persons of color, corrupt politicians, white people with or without a tan, haters, who have yet to brush their teeth typing angrily in the comment section with hot breath syndrome, do not reflect any official policy or position of the U.S. government. This program contains graphic language, dark comedy, unique intelligence, creativity, a high credit score, and high blood pressure when triggered. This program has also been accused of racism, violence, misogyny, mansogyny, feminism, MGTOWism, defacement of celebrities, and of course, being a bully. Welcome to Thought Crimes.
Thought crimes. If you have any sensitivity or allergies to any type of jokes pertaining to race, religion, gender, disabilities, all that, this is not the channel for you. You could take your ass on and go somewhere else.
Damn.
Changes.
Out of here, y'all, ladies and gentlemen.
Changes.
All right, boys and girls, ladies and germs, how's everybody doing this morning? First and foremost, we want to go ahead and send our condolences to anything that's left that's likable of Aries Spears, and also our condolences to the career of Tommy Richmond. It is officially done, cooked. All right, and who else we got on the list
Meet you
here?
at the crossroads, so you won't be lonely. Meet you at the crossroads, and I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm gonna miss Tommy. I'm gonna miss Tommy.
Living in a hateful world. All right, boys and girls. All right, so
Aries may survive this if he gets. He's looking for a rival moment.
let me tell you why.
If this becomes rival for Raccoon Eyes, it's gonna be a L that's a win.
2Punch face.
2Punch face. if
Let's
2Punch
go.
face, if 2Punch face do get,
Yeah.
if it trends for him,
Right.
over there with Dion,
Yeah.
he gonna be like you. He gonna be like Vlad. You want this old thing back?
Yeah. You listen. of course, he's got to get out there and hustle. So we kicking it off right away out the gate. We're going to get it with Aries Spears. Now, if you guys know about Aries Spears, man, he's been around for a minute, boys and girls. I mean, loved him on Mad TV. I love that Mad TV cast, too, with Deborah Wilson. And you get what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Mad, right? Yeah. So, it was it was an edgier version of SNL. I actually always thought their skits on par was mostly funnier than SNL. So Aries Spears, he had his little run. He was over there with Tommy, not Tommy. I'm thinking about Tommy Richmond, but I'm thinking about Jerry Maguire. Tommy Richmond.
Show me the money, but they didn't give him the show me the money part.
No. Actually, it was squandered.
He said that with Dion Cole.
That was a Life's a Bitch feature. Aries Spears was supposed to be AZ
right
on the Life's a Bitch feature, and he just didn't.
No, that's the thing. Tom Cruise is Nas. He was supposed to have his AZ moment. Also, shout out to AZ. His album is coming out. If it's not out,
it's already out now. Do or Die.
Do or Die already out. Do or Die 3.
But you know what they're gonna say, Sin?
What?
They say that's enough of the Nas slander, Sin. Now Nas is Tom Cruise.
That's not slander. No. That's a good thing. Actually, we're gonna be having our review and live listening session to Do or Die 3 by AZ. But you're right. Show Me the Money was supposed to be Aries Spears coming out into the majors. Yeah. So, he was supposed to jump up out there. And y'all know at that time, they had every nigga his complexion trying to be Eddie Murphy somewhere. All right? They had all types of knockoff versions of Eddie Murphy, right? Now, the thing with Aries Spears is I feel that the nigga's looking to be a reverse Paul Mooney. Now, Aries Spears used to go ahead and attack the medium whites. The whites that kind of had like decent credit to like, okay, I just finished, I got my degree and I'm taking my girlfriend out here, or I brought my black girlfriend with me, right? And then, they get their stuff rocked in front of everybody with. I think he's working the opposite and going after what's going on with like just, what's funny about all of this, Sin? I want to say this real quick before we get into it. You got me, because I was about to say, fuck all that, Prince. Can the South read? Can niggas in Mississippi
Can his
read?
mama read? Can his mama read?
You gonna say that the day after Mother's Day?
Yes.
Also, for those who don't know, Prince is from the South.
All right. Let's get into it. Can his mama read? That's what I want to know.
I want to know.
All right. Let's put that up there on the screen. Now, shouts out to her. I want to say, first and foremost, Happy Mother's Day.
They said that she was a great singer.
Yeah, her name is Doris Spears. She's public, too, by the way. I want to be clear, because I ain't doxing nobody. She outside, all right?
And she's from the South.
She's called the Duchess of Jazz.
That sounds classy.
Why he ain't?
Wait a minute.
Aries Spears is raggedy.
So we have
the Duchess.
We have a Southern queen.
Yes, the Duchess.
Who birthed 2Punch Man.
Yeah, 2Punch Face.
2Punch Face.
Right.
Okay, someone who got punched in the eye twice. Got it.
They said he got hit on a bike and then he. No, that's what he was explaining on Corey. He said on Corey Holcomb, he said that he went through like a car windshield.
Did he have a helmet on?
Come on, look at his face.
All right. His mother is supposed to be like this classy, dope woman from Mississippi, right?
In the Delta.
Whoa.
She's from the Delta.
Down in the Delta.
Shouts out to folks in the Delta. All right. So, I thought, what I thought about that conversation when he was talking to Dion Cole? Because I'm going to have fun with it either way. But.
Do you think the sperm was bad?
Well, I don't know.
All right, let's get back on track. I'm sorry.
Because I don't want to think about, sperm and Aries Spears face, But to your point, though, what I will say is that when I was listening to his interview with Dion Cole, I thought Mississippi was oddly specific.
You think he has mama issues?
I think it's some PTSD going on there. Yeah.
What do you think? What is the mama issues? Do you think it's like the movie with Halle Berry? What's the movie called? Monsters Ball?
He mad because that's how he grew up.
That's what I'm saying.
It ain't so he really kind of like he kind of being fake here.
Did he grow up in the East Coast?
Well, I mean, from my understanding, he grew up in the East Coast.
Ah, okay. So
from my understanding, he grew up in the East Coast.
So
I believe
he didn't have the eat the cake experience, did he?
No, but his mama did. That's what I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Hey, listen, I don't mind it, but people gonna do their research now.
I can't believe Aries is giving Vlad the Impaler a fucking win. I mean, that dirty rat that's on the top of Vlad TV's head.
That rat hair was paying Aries rent.
And that dirty, wiry beard
Yeah.
is having a win in this. Now, I will say this. You shouldn't be crying about being paid for fucking interviews. Number one. If you decide to sit your butt on somebody's show and you yapping your mouth, you should be building your own thing at the same time, right? Unless it's something where it's a united front. Like if it's something where everybody show up, 6 people, 10 people,
Right.
4 people, and y'all shoot together, then okay, we could talk about that. But he rotates people out. He got a revolving door of hoes that come sit. Some of them get in trouble and they end up in prison by talking on his casting couch. Some of them end up in beefs with other guys sitting on his casting couch. And sometimes he bring in other hoes who give him more views. You see him, he was bragging about the lace front hoe, Tekashi 6ix9ine, right?
Yeah.
He like, yo.
That's the money maker right there.
He's the money maker.
He know how to get up there and shake his ass for Vlad.
And then you saw him when they pressed him about why he snitched on black men. That's why black people don't like him. And he said, the brothers got killed by the brothers. Nipsey got killed by a brother. And he kept going on and on, but he said that's not the point. The point is, are you Mexicans dying from brothers?
Yeah.
And the answer is no.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll say there's one brother that wouldn't lay a hand on Tekashi, and it's Aries Spears. All right, y'all. Let me put this up on the screen for y'all, just so y'all can have fun here. All right, there she is. Doris Spears. Doris Spears was born in the Mississippi Delta. Now, Aries Spears is a little irritated because his grandmama was in Sinners. All right? And partially raised in Gary, Indiana. Shouts out to the Jacksons.
Mississippi, Gary,
and some of my
Indiana.
family's back that way from Gary, Indiana. All right?
There's a lot of talent.
And East Chicago.
A lot of talent that comes out of Indiana and also out of Mississippi.
So,
like David Banner. David Big Back Banner.
There we go.
Or
All
is
right.
it Alabama?
Well, you know what that... No, he's from... Come on, Sid.
Which one?
He
Is he
Mississippi.
From, he Mississippi?
He's
Okay.
Aries Spears' cousin.
They share
They got the same head
and the
and
same
then
back.
big old wide back.
All right. But David Banner was in The Butler.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm catching
But Aries auditioned to probably be in The Butler.
He probably did.
You know he's been crying about that. So with that being the case, though, look, I think it's funny to me in general because I really laugh at the fact that Aries Spears is one of the more unique people, and it's crazy the type of comedian the nigga was.
I know he's like there and not there.
It's weird. Like, boy, why are you catching all of these L's right now at this point in time? But 2Punch Face is, look, I think he's just trying to do some reverse clout chasing. He's going to do the reverse Cat Williams thing.
You think is it going to work, though? The views, I guess, for him, which is the most important thing, will show whether it works or not.
You think Deion Cole paid him?
I think Deion Cole made a smart move.
Yeah.
You know, because
By
Deion...
not paying him, though. Because you don't want Aries to keep coming back. Because he become a squatter after a while.
I know. Actually, that is something to think about with that. Like, you set your own problems up because why are you even paying niggas for interviews anyway?
I mean, you know, because some of them are squatters.
They becoming bratty bottoms.
Yeah, because some of them be like, man, I ain't got to record an album. I'm going to just hit up Vlad.
But,
yeah.
Yo, he paid me like 10 grand because a video I did with him.
Yeah.
It got 150,000 views.
So I did the calculations, man, and if it got me 100,000 views, I should be getting 200,000.
No, bro, I ain't doing like every bro. I'm good.
Yeah.
I ain't putting out no music, nothing. I'm just gonna sit there, you know. And my nigga, like, yo, like that. He got makeup, he got drinks, he got bitches, and like I'm just sitting there, you know, enjoying it. Just have my session, my nigga. You need to get on it too, nigga.
Yeah. Well, now it makes sense why he's so, because you know there's New York niggas that always be like, you know, they talk about everybody, but I always felt like Aries Spears. I say it was a little bit more personal. We do our research. I like, oh snap, yo, mama from Mississippi.
Mama,
yeah. All right.
Mama, you know I love you.
On Mother's Day. He'll blow that shit on Mother.
Mama, Mama, you're the queen of my soul. Your love.
But anyway, so that was the news with Aries Spears. It looks like he's going to be out here. He's going to have to develop his own name out here in these games one more time. But I will say to the point that is wild that Vlad and his wig is walking Aries down.
And the top of Vlad's head look itchy. The beard look itchy. You know,
Aries is getting beat by Vlad's lice.
He do look like he have lice.
All right, Aries is getting killed with no merc.
With no merc.
By Vlad's dandruff. Yo, we are at our all-time low. Aries Spears is letting the Black American comedic community down.
You got white liberals thinking they can stunt on black people because black people in Hollywood been too passive.
What happened?
You had Anna Kasparian talk about after George Floyd, hatred against whites have been at an all-time high.
Be quiet, immigrant. Get her out of here.
And
Where is she from? Kosovo?
She's Armenian,
Yeah,
but her husband or boyfriend is from Cuba.
Yeah, she needs to get that Kim Kardashian surgery. Hook that face up. Anna's face look like it's plastic. It look like shit needs to be at Party City. I'm serious. That's an ugly witch. That's an ugly ass witch.
Man, I think white liberals are getting out of control because there's too many.
They frustrated. You know why?
Too many black bucks.
Yeah,
Nobody on the mic keeping it real.
Listen, I got to say that because you know what? Another thing I saw a video clip of Offset with one of his weed carriers, and they had the Clav boy roll up on him. So the Clav boy wanted to stand next to Offset. So his partner was like, "Hey man, you got to back up." So they had it on camera when he was like, it's nice to meet you. He said, yeah, all right, man, what you want? He says, I'm just, make sure you guys are okay in my club. And everybody in the comments are like, ooh, Clav is sunning Offset because he said that's his club. I'm going to be honest with y'all. A lot of the black industry niggas have failed black America.
Because that dangling carrot.
You all suck. Starting with Aries, 2 black eyes, nigga.
Now, what if Aries get a viral moment with Dion? What if that video does very well? Will we change our report card on Aries?
No, because he's not funny right now. Because I told y'all my issue with Aries is that he's like a very emotional, sensitive villain.
Okay, let's say it goes viral and then afterwards he's funny. Will we change the report card?
I would give him my respects for the last time. All right.
Flipping that coke, that white man,
yeah.
if he can. Because so far, it's not looking good.
Yeah, because he could have been, like, why aren't you cooking Vlad? Because you waiting to see if you can work it out.
He was hurt. I'm so sick of these hurt niggas.
Hold on now, let me tell you something. He gonna throw his glasses down. Did y'all see that?
You said we were friends.
Right.
What? You fell for that game? We're friends?
It makes me think of how many women in one night stands that ran off on the plug with that nigga. All right. So with that being the case, look, if Aries Spears if he's able to flip this, I'm thinking no. I think there's a greater chance that Russell Westbrook will retire with the ring. But if he's able to pull it off with all the clout, and I'm going to say I don't think he's going to because he's a little bit too sensitive right now. Like, to me personally, I feel like he should have cooked that fucking wig off of Vlad's head.
Yeah.
Put him back in line. Vlad now really, he's stunned. It's like he feeling like Thanos. He got all of the nigger rings on his ashy white fingers.
It's like, for them, it's no greater high than nothing on a comedian. Someone who's supposed to be funny, He
ain't even made us laugh because I'm waiting for Aries. I'm like, all right, what's going to piss you off?
Niggas in the South can't read.
He went after black people in the South.
Now, the nigga from New York City who said y'all didn't have sidewalks was funnier.
The other side with Aries, too, by the way, is it don't seem like he read the arrangement. I think you tweeted that, Sam.
What do you mean?
All right, you said,
I
you
did.
said he couldn't. How come he didn't read the contract
you
with him
about
and Vlad?
Black people from Mississippi can't read, and you couldn't read the relationship with Vlad TV. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You talk about I thought we was friends. You could tell Vlad doesn't like you. Okay?
Yeah, well,
he doesn't like you.
All right. So Aries Spears, the only other thing he has to do is moisturize his face. All right, so where are we going to go after this one now? We got Tommy Richmond.
Changes.
Okay.
Changes. I thought that was Yeet. I said, what the fuck? I said,
Yeah.
you going in this wrong direction. Then they said, it's Tommy Richmond. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
they look alike with the slick hair back. I was like, I didn't know what the fuck that was.
You know what? Why are they all dressing like Baby Drakes from the Blur tour?
It is like
Yeah, why they all, what's
they
up with
trying
that?
to be all the Blur, right?
And hold on, let me put this on the screen for y'all so y'all can see this. Because this boy, and whoever did his prop design, they went and found a vest that was too big for him.
It's definitely way too big. Let me go listen to the song again. Was it Changes?
Something like that. Let me see, what is it called? What is this song called? This old little raggedy record called?
fucking
Oh, it is
horrible.
called Changes. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. What is this? Don't this look like a low-budget in the club video? And that should tell y'all the economy bad.
The economy is
The
bad right
economy is down.
now. You know, Tommy wanted to use AI. You could tell.
He couldn't hold that racism in, though, too.
You think it was racism?
Well, when he said early on that I ain't hip-hop.
I think he was just trying to rush to get to the pop money.
But you ain't Post Malone. That's the last of it right there. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the last. So you look at that right there. So what is this? They got on lab coats. So are they testing him for COVID or the Hunter virus? Because why they got on the N95 mask?
Oh yeah, that's why I thought he was Yeet.
Yeah.
Because when I saw the vest
see.
on, I was like, okay, who is this?
Yeah.
And then it said it was Tommy Richmond. I said, I thought his career was over
You know,
already.
how old is Tommy Richmond too? Look at him. Like an old meth
Remember,
head.
everybody in hip hop mainstream was on his dick until we
Oh
said,
yeah.
until we was like, that song is ass.
You know
they
what?
was trying to convince all of us, I ain't never been
Yeah.
the same way.
That song was ugly.
And
You know what?
And he can't say, yo, people are so fake. I saw people from West Coast media
All over.
and East Coast media
Yeah,
on
it was
social
all
media.
over.
I remember when we first made the post, it was like, yo, this nigga whack. And he was like, yo, man, he could sing it on live. I'm like, niggas, why are y'all so fucking fake?
He can't sing better than Omarion. Wrap this up. And one thing about you black niggas in the industry, y'all love hard-faced white boys. This boy look like he been smoking since he was 2.
He has an old face.
This is an old face. Y'all can't even sell him to the women.
No.
Because they'll send his face right back. Y'all can keep him.
They try to give him to the black women. You see what the hell they think of y'all black women? They try to sell y'all this ugly white boy to us like we wanted him.
Yeah.
I ain't never been. And then they called it the black woman the upgrade challenge or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
come on.
This would be the downgrade challenge. This would be one of the few white men that he'll just bring everything back down if that was the case, if they're going to do that type of situation. Because he looked like the bottom of Jessica Parker's foot.
They're going to
All
try
right.
everything. They're going to try Leon Thomas. They're going to try to bring any black person in to save Tommy's
Whose nephew
career.
is he?
I don't know.
But anyway, bringing up the Tommy Richmond situation, the only reason why we wanted to kind of bring this up here, because apparently there is a senior editor of the Rolling Stone. Yeah, okay, the Rolling Stone, like I don't know what it is. All right, there's a senior editor of Rolling Stone here, and let me put him on the screen here. His name is Jeff Ihaza. All right, Jeff Ihaza, senior editor of Rolling Stone. And he shared some information online, and he stated this, because this is what he talked about, the man being a bit weird. All right, so he goes on to say, this guy came to my office and whined about an article where I was nice to him and then lied to COMLEX. Transition, right? COMLEX acting like he pressed me. This is my favorite fall off to watch. All right. So shouts out to Jeff Ihaza. All right, shouty. So he said that Tommy Richmond pulled up to his office and said he complained about behind the scenes that Jeff had wrote this article about him. And then he said he was polite to him, this and third. Then he said Tommy goes to now Jimmy Iovine's platform, right? And stun it like, yeah, I hung his ass out the window.
So he was trying to pretend to be Suge White.
I saw what you did there. That's a good one, Sid. Yeah, absolutely.
So he tried to reverse roles. Like, I'm not Vanilla Ice. you're chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay? You're chocolate ice. I'm not vanilla ice. I'm Suge White. So he tried to reverse engineer for some street cred. Okay.
So as I said before, we can wrap this boring bigot up. They keep trying to jumpstart this cold fish's career. Ain't nothing happening. All right? And you can tell they downgrading the set prop. You right, saying he would have loved to have used AI. All right. Now, we're going to be getting over to, everybody's been crying about the COMLEX list, the COMLEX media list. Now newly owned and renovated and reinvigorated by one Jimmy Iovine. Now, if you guys been paying attention to us, we talked about this on the Patreon, too, by the way. Shouts out to everybody and our patrons over there at Patreon. Y'all make sure y'all get over there and join the Patreon. We still got our audio up because some people are like, hey, man, y'all, we don't see y'all up on the YouTube. We're always uploading over there. Audio, any update, new event, whatever it is either Sin hops on it, I hop on it, or we posting articles, we're writing about it ourselves, but we're always posting over there. But on Patreon, we talked about Jimmy Iovine and his plans for COMLEX. And you know one of the ways you can get a lot of these niggas' attention if you just exclude them from a list.
Well, I know. It doesn't. People don't make it fun. I'm not on a list. Where's my name on the list? Let's talk about COMLEX real quick and Jimmy Iovine because
this is fantastic. I will give it to the bald-headed warlord. Decent move because get everybody talking, leave them off a list or rearrange it. All you gotta do is put a number by people's name, and they're like, "Hey, man, why am I coming in number 5?"
February 2024, Jimmy Iovine became a key investor
Yes.
in the acquisition of youth culture media platform
Hold on, son.
COMLEX.
Right there. You see what you did? You're reading better than Aries.
And I'm from Mississippi. So
All right.
basically you have Jimmy Iovine. He's very much so a part of what's going over there with COMLEX. It also looks like Universal Music Group is as well.
You already know. Hey, come on, see. We talked about it.
Why is UMG
everywhere.
always there backing a deal? So
Yeah, UMG
Lucien
everywhere.
Grange hooked up Rock Nation
Woo!
with Live Nation.
Power.
Then you have UMG over here with Jimmy Iovine.
Yes.
And COMLEX. I mean, what is this like UMG Universal Soldier? Like
Man,
they
giving them out like J. Cole features. They're giving them out. Yo, UMG is buying up the block.
UMG, was it Hydra?
Yeah, they buying up the block. So a part of this campaign here, whether people like it or not, when you're punching buttons, even if you're just emotional, good or bad, it's good for the algorithm. It's good for the AdSense, and it's great for marketing. It's fantastic. So I think what they had DJ Academics at number 1. What was they didn't have Fat Joe up there, right?
Yeah, well,
Fat Joe and Jada, but that's all up under the same subsidiary.
Yeah, they mixed it with some people who were a part of the independent movement, some people who are part of mainstream industry. Yeah. But look at what COMLEX is doing. And you said this even in 2024, because y'all can check out our Patreon. The deal is supposed to create a super fan. So backing the deal to transform COMLEX into a super fan destination. So they want it to be like media with retail, music, fashion, art, like things that people already do in hip-hop media organically, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what makes this interesting when they talk about super fans, that's the whole point of the 2024 battle. Part of it. They wanted to create this Winter Soldier, super dumbass zombies that will be like, I'm a Drake stan, I'm a Kendrick stan, I'm a Cole stan. And use stan culture to generate a lot of revenue. Like, yeah, we want to be able to cash in on this.
Yes.
So that's very interesting. Now, of course, there's always been crazy-ass fucking fans. Like, I mean, Jodie Foster had to duck and hide because she had fans trying to get her. And then you also have Versace, who was actually murdered by a fan, and John Lennon, who was murdered by a fan. So it happens. You always had stans actually exist. But it's interesting how COMLEX is allegedly trying to really make that dough off of this.
Okay, so, and that's a great breakdown. So you're doing a great job about that too, by the way. And the reason why it's very important to hone in on that. All right. Let me tell you why. Jimmy Iovine, what was it, last year? Actually, the end of 2023, I was watching him. You got to watch that ball chart.
He's a bull shark.
You got to watch that
That little man is a shark.
Hey, you got to watch him.
He's like, even if I don't understand something, I have a blood scent
Yes.
to know where to go.
Yeah.
And then I get the Negroes to do the work.
Fantastic. So here's the thing about it. The reason why, sitting there, we've been monitoring and watching Jimmy Iovine for probably since we started. But
Jimmy,
here's the thing.
We on your ass. Pause.
Pause. Well, you're not gonna be able to get around Dr. Dre. But anyway, so here's the thing.
That is true. Because Dr. Dre like to lift people up from their hair. Now he can't do that to you, Prince, because you bald now. So but men and females, he like to lift people up and try to beat on them.
Yeah.
If they say anything he doesn't like, allegedly.
Deep water. All right, so here's the thing, though. Jimmy Iovine, was doing a series in a round, several rounds of podcasts and interviews, but they were kind of like with industry affiliates, like basically podcasts that other industry people would just listen to. You get what I'm saying? And maybe people that are part of the quote unquote entrepreneurial hustle culture. And one of the things he was laying out in details during 2024, the Great War of 2024, Sin and I, we did erect this conversation up on our Patreon, and we did some videos here on YouTube as well. But one of the things we talked about, Jimmy Iovine said he wants to trigger a fanatic culture, fandom culture.
Like sports.
And that's what they did right here with this list. And look how everybody's emotional about it.
Because they don't know bro's history. So you have a network that acquired COMLEX and, to deal with involving UMG and then also Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine has always been this way. He's from back in the day where you had people who said, I'm boycotting disco music because I'm real.
Yes.
It's like, I'm real rock and roll.
Yeah.
I'm real. Yo, fuck any disco artist. So he comes from that time.
The shock and awe era.
Right. And then he also has this thing, like you said, with Manson, and then also with
Death Row Records.
Yeah. He also with Stevie Nicks. Didn't she say he was getting on her nerves?
Yeah, I think she did.
They used to be in a relationship.
Yeah, she was taller than him. Fantastic artist. Stevie Nicks is a great artist.
Yes, phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it is interesting that now he's basically using that energy.
It's going to work.
Now, and it's also interesting to see puppet masters.
I know, it's crazy.
Because puppet masters use rappers, rockers,
any vessel possible
to push whatever Trojan horse they want to into the culture effortlessly, because fans look, and it's hard to compete with puppet masters who know how to pimp people.
Yes, who know how to puppet.
Yeah, because when them strings are attached, you don't see them.
Why am I at number 5? Man, number 21. Bro, let's talk about it. And you know what the crazy part, I'm not really even mad at how the response is, because Jimmy Iovine did say, he was going to be doing this like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But to your point, said, you and I, we always fascinated, we'll see what the puppeteers are going. They say this is what we're about to do, and then we see them trigger culture.
You see it. There's nothing we could do about it. You see them fire off the bullets, and everybody fall for it. Even when people was falling for that lame ass boycott Drake. Yeah. And people was trying to think that we making it something personal. It's like, no, if people disagree with the boycotting of R. Kelly's music, of course we're keeping it fucking consistent. But when you see these puppet masters start creating their puppets and the strings attached,
it's interesting.
And everybody, because it's everybody in culture, the whole big three and beyond the big three. It is always interesting to see how people just don't give a fuck. When you be trying to warn people, no, you should Anakin's. Yeah. Don't go that way. And they what do
you say? Anakin, no!
Right. And then you hear Palpatine, welcome to the dark side.
Let me see. Do the voice again.
welcome to the dark side, right? The Force. And it's like, I remember a long time ago when you did that and black people said they were scared.
Oh, yeah. Can y'all get that off the screen? I'm a Jehovah Witness.
Black
Right.
people, we love you. But y'all made us laugh years ago when we did a Drake video.
We left it up and seen it. We said, what?
And praised it the voice, welcome to the dark side. And they was like, man, this is scary.
But anyway.
But there's a lot of
It's very interesting.
Palpatines out there, a lot of puppet masters.
Mm-hmm.
And they do know how to engineer culture. They'll make people fall for anything, and they also have the resources to do it. And even when, bringing up spirituality, even when transits aren't in their favor, they always have puppet slaves to give them the power when they're in a moment of being powerless. It's some crazy shit.
Yeah, you know what, and I think for me, like, especially, you know, at this point in time, I think I'm more of the role of the observer at this point, because, you know, you and I, we talked about this and we said that's going to be interesting because
for years.
Yeah, we said, well, I just thought it was interesting when I heard that, you know, and he was talking, he was very excited. He says, and I'm trying to trigger fanaticism, fandom. I want conversations going. And
He's always been that way.
He's been like, yeah, everywhere
Tupac.
he's landed. Like, even, you know, the story that Suge Knight told him while he was in prison. He said that, you know, when Tupac died and Jimmy Iovine said, congratulations, you got a dead rapper, because the money was about to really come in, because it's like what you said, you and I, we talked about this. Yeah, you can have old flop-ass industry plant like Fish Lips, Tommy Richmond, right? But it's far more powerful if the person is actually talented and has charisma.
Oh yeah, like the industry is very excited right now because you do have the big three. They are talented. They're all very diverse too.
Absolutely, yeah.
This is something. It's some good meat here, you know, where you had GNX, and you had the Fall Off, then, you know, you have now Iceman coming out.
Iceman.
And on social media, you got everybody in their own fan base. So the positive version they call the OVOs, and the negative is the OVHOs, you know, from Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Then you have the Kendrick Lamar fans, super fans, but then you also have the people who call them K-bots.
K-bots, yeah.
And then you have you have the J. Cole super fans, but they don't really give them a name.
The bicyclists.
The gym socks.
The gym socks, yeah.
But some people call them
the Locker Boys.
No, they had their own name. I forgot what they called themselves.
We called them.
They didn't like that name.
All right. But
What
was it? Y'all let us know in the comment section. What do they call J. Cole fans?
J. Cole fans, can you let us know what y'all name is, okay? Wait, you know where I have to go to? I gotta go to and I actually like this guy. I think he's actually got a good sense of humor. Caleb.
Yeah, shouts out to Caleb. Yeah, he's funny actually.
Caleb, you got to tell us what are the J. Cole fans, super fans' name. You got to tell us.
Right.
But it is interesting to see all of this because with our brand, we're like selling on the sea,
right?
And it's these three major ships. So the Coles and the Kendricks and the Drakes, and then you got all of them on X.
Oh yeah.
So they all also
y'all all go to the hood to fight,
and they
all pull up in X,
and they have cannons on their ship.
Yeah,
so you say anything that they think is unfavorable towards Drake, they're ready to shoot. The cannons.
Yeah, absolutely.
You say anything too favorable towards Drake, they're ready to shoot the cannons.
Yeah. Or they'll say that you got an OVO check.
Right. You know.
Right.
Even though they all get checks from the same source.
Yeah, I say y'all all are getting checks from X.
UMG. It's like even when people was hating on Happy Dad, but Snoop and all of them, Snoop is on Happy Dad as well. So they all same checks, right? So then you also, if you say anything too positive about Kendrick or negative, you got the cannon shooters
and
there.
It's based on perception, not even reality. Sometimes they be reacting when it's based on what they perceive.
And then the Cole people. But I will say out of the three, the Cole people, at least from our experience, have been the nicest and the more forgiving. I shout out to you, Philly. Yeah. I know, Philly, you had us blocked. And then out of nowhere, because I remember.
Yeah. You blocked us?
No, he I don't know. He prematurely blocked us.
Right. There's a lot of people that block us that I don't know until I see something.
We had a lot of jokes on Cole. Right. That's a lot of people bit up.
I think America had a lot of jokes on Cole.
Yeah, but a lot of people bit up ours, right?
Right.
So Philly, he had us blocked.
Okay.
Because I was like, let me go see the J. Cole community. I don't join any rappers communities, by the way. No. You won't see me join no Kendrick community, no.
Well, we are part of the MF Doom community.
I didn't do that.
No, it's probably me.
Well, Prince did that. But I don't do that, right? No Cole, no Drake, no nothing, right? But I wanted to see how their community operates. So I said, I was like, damn. I said, all these J. Cole fans, and we're blocked by one. Who is the one? I didn't
Who's
know
the one?
But Philly did unblock us, so shout out to you for unblocking us, Philly.
Yeah, shout out to Philly, Caleb. Also, shouts out to Gotham Hip Hop as well, because speaking of culture and triggering fanaticism, and like we talked about with this COMLEX list, look at Ebro. Ebro's up here discussing, because you know what the issue was. They had academics up there. But do you see how Jimmy Iovine, how he quarterbacks culture?
I know people are gonna
right. We don't.
He leads by controversy.
That's how he.
But people gonna.
That's how he does it.
People gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I only like to speak truth. I'm not here to play no games and be fake. The reason why they're hating on academics for being number one, and I'm not an academics fan. I'm not interested. I only see his clips online with the Chat Nigga X account that be putting interesting clips up, so shout out to them. But it's jealousy. All the rappers they love have mentioned academics. Therefore, by default, he's a part of hip hop media and culture.
Here. He's already here.
Drake mentioned him. He's a big hip hop star, global recognition. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar, one of the greatest poets of our time, globally recognized, mentioned academics on 616 in LA.
Even act looking confused.
You have Nas, who's a icon and legend in the game, mentioned academics.
Nas shouted academics out.
You had Jay-Z's lawyers get at academics' neck.
He here, y'all.
Y'all already immortalized him.
Ooh.
And ain't nothing. So that's why he's number one on the fucking list.
Walk a hamster down. You know, so let's not play dumb. He's there because all of the people that many of y'all serve have mentioned his name. And the reason why, I'm going to call an ace, a spade. The reason why Iovine works well, because he understands psychology of humans and the consumer.
He understands the dark side of psychology. He's really good at dark psychology.
He's good at that, right?
Yeah.
And the hip-hop community is so flatline right now. These conversations don't even elevate nowhere else. But I'll just tell you this. Putting academics at the top of the list is a great way to trigger culture debates. That's the point. Not saying that he don't do what he does in his space, but we know if they put him at the top of the list, everybody in the culture is going to say something.
Oh, yeah, no, Jimmy is really good at that. Like when he also, convinced Drake to go with Apple. And
Jay-Z still ain't recovered from that.
Jay-Z and Drake got into it because Drake didn't want to go over the title. Or when, even when we're talking about, the escalation with the East, it became East versus West. Even when he told, he didn't have a problem with 9 Inch Nails going into doing their music in a home where people were murdered. Yeah.
Or Marilyn Manson getting them breast implants.
Right. So he's always been an edgelord, and he's doing it right now. I bet you right now, Jimmy and COMLEX are working on who is going to be the Pepsi to academics cola. They're looking for that right now because they want that type of energy.
Oh, you already know. Yeah. No, that because you have to, because we love the mythology of light and dark, good and bad, and Osiris, Set. That's what we just like. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you said, Pepsi, Cola, McDonald's, Burger King,
that's why people are so
Domino's,
mad
Pizza Hut.
At Cole. Like, leave Cole alone. So what? A backpacker has been able to wiggle his way in there by being himself, very plain Jane, great lyricist, still put out really good music, and he was able to wiggle in there between Madonna, Drake, right, and Bob Marley, or as some will say, Miles Davis, Kendrick Lamar. So he was able to wiggle his way in there.
I like
and
that.
it was, and I actually like the fact that somebody that
Plain.
was able to.
No criminal record.
No,
Yeah.
like even the stuff like when people
Yeah.
like bring up like things to try to tear people down, like they'll be like, well, Drake, he had a sexual assault lawsuit that was dismissed a long time ago. Let's bring that up. And Drake, we know he's a villain. And all these people could be villains. We don't know. But then they'd be like, well, Kendrick, he was over there with TDE for years. And TDE got a sexual assault lawsuit right now. So, and then here you got Cole, nothing.
Nothing.
And
You just may see him at Walmart.
right. They
You're
really
like,
tried
yo,
to.
man.
People even try to make that boring ass lawsuit with Cam and Cole eventful.
It was boring.
And
That shit was boring, and I got tired of people. They was, can y'all cover it? I says no.
sometimes our audience, we be trying to warn y'all. Y'all sometimes just don't be listening. We know when something isn't anything.
Oh, yeah,
And
see,
then what happened?
yeah, I said
like
that,
a month later,
yeah.
he's sitting down on Cam's show,
Yeah, something.
and it's nothing.
Yeah, what they got over there? Do they have couches or bleachers? Some two niggas got. At the time with Cam and Cole, I said that I believe that J. Cole is going to be on Cam's podcast. I mean, it's a very easy look. And all jokes aside, Cam publicly is not the most difficult personality in rap music.
Yeah, some people were like, yeah, we shamed Cole into doing it. No, you didn't. He was going to do it anyway.
How do you shame him into? Who's saying that Cam and Mace are victims? What are you talking about? We shamed him into and make it right with Cam and Mace. Like, they'll be all right. They're fine. But, no, listen, I actually, to your point, I actually think we're going to be seeing a lot of that stuff to drive fandom, fanatic culture, and to trigger media debates, and notice that COMLEX is moving left when people feel it should be right. So, like, even when they was doing the ratings of the top rappers, they had Cole #1, they had Drake at 2, and Kendrick at 3.
And they were smart because they did it by who dropped.
There you go.
So, okay, December or November 2024.
Right.
Kendrick dropped. He's in third place because that's 2024.
Right.
Okay. Cole dropped in 2026. All right. Drake is dropping right now in 2026 on May 15th. Y'all make sure y'all check out our Patreon when we do a live listening party to that. So it is clever.
Very clever.
And also, people trying to play this game like it's like a house of lies. So, like, some people have tried to push out there the narrative that Drake controls COMLEX. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. These white and Jewish guys is about power plays, dark psychology, and making money. And so they know they can handle making Drake seem like the boogeyman of the industry when it's really them, but make Drake look like the boogeyman of the industry because Drake is big enough to handle the damages as a brand, which is surprising because, again, for most people, these things will be career-ending type of
we said that
situations.
Look, I told you guys several times, and I know some people get upset about it. Now, if you're talking about the categorization of MC and all this other stuff, that's for another stream. We'll talk about that later. But look, I like what you said, and said, I don't know if you recall, but you said, I think you said it about 2 or 3 years ago. I think you called Drake the Blob. And you said, and the reason why she said that, because what we was illustrating at the time, our conversation together was about no matter what people are throwing at Drake, at some point, it kind of just disappears in the blob, and the blob keeps moving, right? Lyrically, getting your ass whooped in the battle, that's a conversation for, like, rap and hip-hop.
And check out our Patreon when we gave our breakdown on the recap of the 2024 battles, which was very fun, in the diss records.
They were fantastic. Again, the biggest battle ever in hip-hop, right?
And just so people, I'll kill the suspense a little bit. We did, of course, give Euphoria 10, 10, 10 across the board. Production, lyricism, it was just
vocal performance.
It was amazing performance.
Yeah, so, in putting Drake up there, that would drive conversations. But you had Drake up there, now you got Academics at #1, and people got to understand the Iveen mythology and his method in that regard is
with Interscope, there are no friends.
There are no friends, but it's like, we're hovering between that dark space between the purist and the pop star.
Well, he's Palpatine.
Yeah.
He creates beefs and chaos, and people fall for it all the time. So Interscope, they do generate most of the time on chaos and division.
Yes.
That's always been a part of their brand. So look at The Game with 50 Cent. 50 Cent made into one of the biggest stars. Of course, he already had talent. People who try to say he don't, come on, how to... if you look at his mixtape run and scene, he's always been...
Yeah, the G-Unit radio series.
So when he gets plugged in to the West Coast and he becomes this big star, even...
Unbeatable.
Even in moments, they even said in the industry he was bigger than Eminem in moments, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy Iovine, of course, is his idea. Like, yeah, let's have the game.
Oh, and look what he did with the G-Unit. He says, you guys get together, y'all will be like the Beatles.
But he also was saying he was also putting the engine for there to be
And it
division.
was. And it happened.
And he enjoyed it.
Yeah, because
and that's why 50
that
Cent
sells.
said, I told Jimmy Iovine
He
to
needs
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Now, 50, he's an interesting character because it's like Jimmy Iovine was like Michael, what we was talking about, like with Michael Jordan or Iverson. You know what they're about to do, but can you physically stop it?
Yeah, people always talk about this.
So 50 like caught on because he is an intelligent guy. He's like, wait a minute, this guy, he be trying to, you know, and it's also, it was an interesting thing because 50 Cent thrives on controversy. So the very same thing his brand is built on.
Got him in.
This guy also, who's a part of this label that I'm on, is also about creating that chaos within my own home, which is what he didn't want. He wanted G-Unit to have their own brand, to have their own, be their own movement. And this is what also caused a lot of the tension between Jimmy Iovine and also 50 Cent. But Jimmy also at the same time, he did respect the fact that 50 Cent caught on what he was doing.
He did. He caught on, but again, in this regard, 50, there was nothing he could do about it, you know. And, you know, Jimmy Iovine and, you know, that Power Hub, they did take steam out of 50 Cent's music career. And if I recall correctly, some of the people stated Jimmy felt even if he loses money, it was to teach 50 Cent a lesson. And so that's why one thing that was dope about what 50 did at the time, and this all ties into this COMLEX situation. One thing I will say I thought was a dope move that 50 quickly adjusted to, he dumped the music altogether. He didn't let that restrict his identity. He moved on into production, and he created competition and culture in film and media, in other aspects.
Culture is so global and so big, he did understand his self-worth in the sense, like you said, like, okay, we created this cultural phenomenon. Even though he could have had 5 more years on top, 3 more years on top. He's like, fine, I can still, this is enough for me to go into any direction I want. And he went into being a producer. You know, people got mad, even though he didn't direct the Diddy doc. He made money, flipped that. He made money off of Power, even though one drawback that 50 Cent has to learn, if he really wants to be powerful when it comes to the creative arts, when it comes to cinema, he has to think more on the line business-wise as a Ryan Coogler and a Scorsese. You know how he has Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Well, Scorsese had a triangular offense.
Right, and how Ryan Coogler has Michael B. Jordan. He should have made the face of the Empire. You
talking about Omari Hardwick?
With Hardwick.
Yeah.
He should have made Hardwick his guy.
Yeah,
He's a good-looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
Women like him, men like him.
Right, yeah.
He should have been the in-house talent where he, you know, I don't know, give $500,000 to make sure he gets eventually $1 million. Keep it going, running it up like what we see with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's relationship. Even though 50 Cent isn't a director,
he's
as
not.
a producer, you can still learn from brilliant directors and how to keep in-house talent. If 50 Cent can learn how to do that, he can possibly become unstoppable in there, but he would have to learn how to do that. I personally think the Hardwick situation, even when I heard 50 Cent's perspective from it. I was like, nah, bro, you should have just made sure this is your guy. You keep building him up, because Hardwick is someone you could produce an action film and throw him in there, have him be on Netflix or other platforms, on Hulu. He's someone that 50 Cent could have kept recycling, and as 50 Cent money in pockets get wider, so did his, and and then he could keep going to different directors, like he did for the woman who directed in the Diddy doc, or a woman who wrote and created the show Empire. Like, these are things that he could have kept recycling on. We'll see if 50 Cent eventually get the hang of it in the future.
Yeah, well, 50 Cent's problem is that he's looking for a white boy. He's looking for a white actor to ride with. 50 Cent,
I think 50 Cent
and
can't duplicate the Eminem thing.
Yeah, well, he's trying to find it in. Look, I'm telling you, because think about all of the black guys and some of the black women that he hasn't been able to get along with. But yeah, listen, he has to try to find a space with.
If he do it with a white guy, wouldn't he have to do he would have to do what's that show that people was referring you to watch?
Which one?
The gangster movie, like Irish people. Or
Peaky
something.
Blinders.
Yeah, he would have to start off.
Peaky Blinders or something like that.
Yeah, he would have to start off with that, since he does a lot of crime shows. He would have to have a white boy be in that, and then put him in other spaces.
That show costs money. 50, that's a cheap nigga. Why you think he hugged up with Tyler Perry? Two cheap niggas.
I was about to say 2 niggas, 1 cup with a bunch of pennies. Yeah. No, the penny, he's like, yo.
2 niggas, 1 cup.
But it's still also cheap to have one artist that you keep turning into the big leagues, and y'all both, Well,
the reason why I say that, because, see, when you get somebody like Omari, right? Here's the thing about, black folks in commerce, is that a name like 50 Cent, all you just need is, a little bit of a cosign and the brilliant work that Omari was doing, and he became a cultural staple in the contemporary times, right?
Right.
And so what happens is that it brings in money, and then people kind of looking like, they not see. When Omari was talking about his pay rate, he ain't Aries Spears on Vlad's couch. We actually moving something over here.
For actors, because actors and actresses become famous before they get actual money. Even Michael B. Jordan talked about this, living with his parents before the big bucks come. But 50 Cent could always get Tommy Richmond.
He might try. I think,
try to save his career.
Yeah, you can probably get him for what, $12 an hour. But anyway, so yeah, that's it right there. Hip hop media being triggered, and we're going to be seeing more of this energy, coming out of COMLEX. I'm sure, again, these lists, get ready to see more of that. They are analyzing the reaction. They're looking at the metadata. And, people can say what they want to say, but once they find out they're excluded from lists, or they feel like just put a list up anywhere. You can put a list up and say, the top 3 seasonings, and people will start arguments about it.
It's a old Greek method in Greek mythology, also in dark magic and dark psychology, the apple of discord.
There you go.
And it works every time. We also going to have exclusively on our Patreon our thoughts on Punch and Joe Budden. That conversation, I thought it was interesting that it seemed like, I don't know if anybody brought up Daylight, but for those who know Daylight, and he the one who messaged on Instagram, Dejan Paul, and he said that Joe Budden was working for TDE or Punch or whatever, and that Drake had academics. So we're gonna be talking about that and Cole and all the stuff that was talked about on Punch, from Punch and from Joe Budden and the rest of them. So y'all check that out exclusively.
There's a lot of dead air on that episode.
Prince, we're talking about it on the Patreon.
I'm just saying. Go ahead. I'm just saying.
All right, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And any last words, Prince Solomon?
This hour of power that we had with you guys this morning, we hope you guys have been able to enjoy it on your way to work or coming back from work, or maybe on your, some of y'all working overnight. It might be y'all lunch break.
I know y'all was mad at us because a couple years ago we was doing a 7 a.m. morning show. It was actually successful, and then we stopped. We are going to try to change our...
Man, it's because y'all black.
Y'all unprofessional. You don't respect your black audience.
We do, but things happen in the background. But we're gonna give it another shot, guys.
All right.
All right. We love y'all. Peace.
Perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me.
Is that a challenge?
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Black folks are nosy. They have specials. Nosy specials. Why does a bee make honey? You ain't a bee. Why do you give a fuck?
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
If he dies, he dies.
Go to our Patreon for more. And don't bother me.